I think what a lot of people will notice when they come back after a combat situation is that they feel uncomfortable in the civilian world, in the life that they live in now. And you can tell when it starts to interfere with a person's life. Is a time when I'll often say that may be a time when you need some assistance and to kind of work through some of the issues from the past.
I would say when wondering when to come in, the earlier the better. There are treatments for PTSD that can be employed early on and can really alleviate further suffering.
Combat experiences are unnatural. They're not what I think we're kind of naturally geared up to manage. I think it's an extreme situation to be in combat. I think people can easily associate, thinking about distressing memories or having nightmares related to traumatic experiences. Those seem like the obvious things that a person will attribute to PTSD. Some of the less obvious things are sleep problems in general, and also kind of just feeling on guard a lot of the time. I think it's difficult for military culture where they're used to and they're trained to be on guard and to watch their back, but when it's hard to kind of let that go when you're in a safe environment, that's when there's maybe some PTSD symptoms going on.
Veterans often describe feeling numb or post-traumatic stress. It's one of the key symptoms. So it's natural to try to avoid the bad feelings that come up associated with trauma, but when we do that, we're kind of clogging the pipe of our emotions, and so none of the other good stuff is getting through too. So through treatment, you're going to feel more. You may feel some of the anxiety and distress initially, but you're also going to get back the positive feelings, the connection with friends, relatives.
Cognitive behavioral therapy is looking at our thoughts, our emotions, and our behaviors, how the three interact, and then also if there's one of those three that you're not happy with, say your emotions, say you're sad, then you can look at the other two parts, so your thoughts, trying to change your thoughts about a situation to lead you to not be so sad, or your behaviors, so encouraging someone to be more active also often helps them to feel less sad. So it's a way of looking, how we interact in our day-to-day lives and how things can be changed, one of those three, so your thoughts, your behaviors, or your emotions. If you change one of those, you can often change all three and ideally improve them.
We do recognize that we're asking a veteran to do a difficult thing, to revisit a memory that's probably one of the worst in their lives. It is also one of the more effective ways of recovering and really healing that traumatic event for them. Yeah, often you get a lot of relief because people have gone for years either thinking like they were dysfunctional or they aren't managing these symptoms well enough, or they should be doing better, trying to just push on with their life, which is in a lot of ways a natural thing for one to do. When you give them really understanding about post-traumatic stress, it's often a great relief, especially when you talk about what treatments are like and how one can recover fairly quickly.
You're not going to forget what's happened, but you can recover from it and feel more comfortable with what has happened and be less affected in the present moment by your past.
I guess whenever a veteran comes into home base, I try to reinforce the fact that they've come to the right place, they've done the right thing by seeking treatment.